There we go.
Okay, here we are. It's Bingley and I have a little bit of a tradition. After dinner, we sit out in the back garden, the terrace, and I have my coffee, and he goes after the ball. Honestly, I think Bingley has been the biggest winner in this Chateau purchase. He has been the biggest winner because he gets a huge yard, he gets a big house.
There are so many places to play fetch.
Yeah, it's really quite an awesome
Inside,
situation for him.
Let alone outside.
Yeah, any direction we want. Well, it was a good day here in France. Hope everybody's doing well. I went to IKEA and got some of the missing pieces, and that was good. So now we're ready to build more kitchen. Somebody asked a question. I like on these live videos just to sometimes answer questions. Somebody was saying, you know, we have 21 students coming or whatever. I guess a little less than that, 19 right now. Coming in, I guess it's about 18 days. And they're saying, man, you guys have so much to do. And then one person was like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, why all the stress? Why all the frustration? You know, and I guess when you think about it, guys, it comes down to what you want in life. Like what your point of life is. Like if you're, you know, everybody has a different reason for living. A lot of us, you know, folks maybe try to be a good parent or try to, I don't know, a good member of society, or some people want to, you know, establish some good solid finances, and you know, or have a comfortable life. Maybe they want to enjoy things. I guess for Les and I, we're at that age, we're 50, and we're kind of figuring like, well, what do we want our life to count for? And it's not just, you know, having a comfortable life. So if we wanted to have a comfortable life, we would never have bought this Chateau. You know, you don't buy a Chateau because it's comfortable. It's incredibly hard, and it should be incredibly hard for probably 10 or 20 years, as long as we own it. But the thing is, we want to make the most of the time we have. And again, we're 50, so best case, we have 20 years of good hard work in front of us. After that, we'll probably have to start slowing down. Maybe before that, but you know, time where we can I don't know, be lifting boxes and scrubbing floors, and that gets a little bit harder as you get older, I think. And so honestly, for this year and for last year, like when we lost last year when we had to cancel, I mean, there's some financial element. Like we lost, I think, 20 or 30,000 not having any kids come join us for the study abroad. So that hurts. But what hurts more is, you know, if we have 20 years left and we lose a year, that's 5%. That's 5% of what we hope to accomplish. And so I'm kind of like, man, we don't want to lose that 5%. We want to get this going. So we're going to get it going. And honestly, guys, like my job is, I teach in university youth work. And so all my degrees are on something called youth ministry, practical theology. And the truth is, young people, they want to be with their friends, and they want to have fun, and they want to learn about life, and they want to grow, and they're going to be able to look past if we have some cracks on the wall, or if one room's not quite decorated perfectly, or if some of the wallpaper's peeling. They'll be okay. As long as they're with their friends and they're having fun, they'll be okay. I mean, we definitely need good food. So the kitchen, that's why the kitchen's important. And of course the bathrooms, but we pretty much have them ready to go. So, you know, we're actually doing pretty good on that. So even though it sounds like there's a lot of things to do, oh, here we're going to throw the ball again. Even though it sounds like we got a lot of things to do, it is 100% doable. You know, when I used to work in a church, there were times where we would do camping trips for college students or high school students, and we charge like $10 or $15. They sleep in, you know, sleeping bags, and they go in a tent. Hopefully it's not too distracting while I'm throwing this. And they're okay. They just want to sit around the campfire, and you know, so our philosophy has always been try to keep it as cheap as possible so that all the kids can come, and then let them have fun and learn together. By the way, it's nice to see your comments. I was sort of in the story, so I didn't say anything. Hello to all of you, and evening. So that's why we're doing it, not because it's easy, but because we're trying to accomplish something here, and I think it's going to work. By the way, hi from Kansas, hi from Kindersley, Saskatchewan. There's not very many people in the world that can say Saskatchewan correctly, except those of us that are from Saskatchewan. Hi from the UK. Oh, this is fun. I'm seeing all the comments. Hey, if you guys want, if anyone has a question, I'm glad to take a shot at it. Well, Bingley and I throw the ball. He'll be quite happy. Keep the game going. I could probably turn around and get a shot at this castle too. again, we don't have, our cell phones are, yeah, they're, we're just on Wi-Fi right now, so I can't go too far away from the house without losing it. You can say Rough Riders. Hello from the UK. Yeah, did you notice I called it a park? I called it a garden, I think. Ooh, Perth. Man, this always feels so fancy. Like, literally, Leslie and I are the simplest kids. We really are. And so when we hear like fancy places like Australia, and even the UK is fancy to us. Okay, Bubs. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Bring it over. Oh, he's gonna go over the flower. He's going over the flower.
No, those are
definitely a garden. Hi from Steinbach. There we go. Steinbach, Manitoba.
Steinbach.
I was gonna say home of the Millers.
Oh, shoot, I forget.
I can't remember what the team is. Denver's fancy. California. That's where we always wanted to grow up. Our whole life was. That was like the highest point of the planet was California. For us, Saskatchewan. Isn't French coffee so strong? I've never had an espresso. Yeah, I always enjoy it. I personally.
We're from Portland.
But yeah, we're from.
No, I don't need.
Oh, you don't want to be on? Okay, all right. She doesn't want to be on. She's been painting.
But we've been coffee-fied.
Yeah.
Living in the Northwest.
You know, the Pacific Northwest. Say what you want about the Pacific Northwest, and there's lots you could say right now because it's kind of a mess with all the stuff going on. But they do coffee well. They take their coffee pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Wales too. That was cool. Wales.
That's fun.
Yeah. Anyways, just a lovely evening. Hope folks are doing well. I just was sitting here and thought, oh, I'm gonna put on the old YouTube. Maybe Bingley will give us a show. Let's see if I can show more of the house. Let's show more of the house if I can before it clicks out. I don't have the stabilizer on, as you can probably tell. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is great. Oh, and Massachusetts. Wow. What are we going to use the old Massachusetts? Yeah, I'm sure I don't say that correctly. Yeah, Massachusetts. A couple questions. What are we going to do with the restaurant, and how did we do today with the kitchen? The kitchen, good. We got the rest of the IKEA pieces, so that's great to have more shelves together. Do you guys think? Some people think that there were statues in those little indents. You don't think so, Les? No. No, you don't think? I don't know. Hard to say. Yeah, it's nice to take a break every couple minutes.
We can look at the old pictures. There's nothing in it.
Oh yeah, that's true. We can see pictures 100 years ago that had nothing in it. The restaurant is really an interesting thing for us. Right now, it's just making the property taxes higher. But we're not going to get rid of it because of potential. For example, it's my favorite tree, I think. For example, if our little school was to grow, and if, let's say, we were to get 20 or 30 or 40 students, honestly, I think we probably could. We've had a lot of interest. But if we ever decided to do that and run like a full semester or something like that, then what we would do, here's the restaurant, by the way, is we can close the walls and turn it into kind of a dining hall.
Because right now it's like a walk-through cafe where they would have had tables outside, which is super cute. But we would want to enclose it just because the weather's not great all year.
It's a real tough call. Like, it doesn't really fit the ground. Like, I mean, it was great for when it was an amusement park. It made good sense. And it is kind of in line with where we're going. But some of these buildings across the back, they're not really very chateau-y.
Well, I have
Royal
plans.
Oak, Michigan. Well, that's true. Leslie has plans. What are you going to do with the...
Okay,
that's a couple of pools. They used to be bumper boats.
They did. So I want it to become a pool.
Yeah.
It's already dug. It just needs... I don't know what it needs for the liner and whether we cement it or whatever.
Go deeper.
And we just need to tweak the shape. It's in 2 different levels right now, which is kind of weird.
It's big, but it'd be a lot of water to fill. Like right now, we couldn't afford to fill it. I don't think.
Well, we'll figure out that.
But you're gonna turn. What are you gonna do?
And then the back structure. Then I think for now, it would be fun to put drapes up and stuff. It's just like a cabana.
Yeah.
So we could put like ping pong tables and chaise lounge and all those kind of things so people can sit and hang out by the pool.
I was kind of thinking it'd be tempting to get rid of the fence because it's kind of an eyesore, I think. But you think, Leslie, it's good for safety, and so you're gonna put maybe put a hedge in front of it or something like that.
Yeah, so we'll make it look pretty. We'll put a lovely hedge, just a little arch, a little gate that you walk through or something. It'll be cute. So at least there'll be a nice focal point at the end of the potential bringing it back rose garden.
See, yeah, and that's a great. Somebody goes reflecting pool, or then another person goes make an ice cream place. I mean, nobody would complain about that. But I don't know if we can really handle running an ice cream place. We only have like about 20 kids coming, That's only all the room we have right now. Someday, if we fix up the upstairs, or if we turn one of the outbuildings into a bit of a dorm, we could take more.
If we didn't use it as a food service area, like if we didn't close it in and make it kind of like a little dining hall or something.
Back to the restaurant?
Yeah, then I could see us still closing it in, but making it more like a rec building.
Yeah.
So like a gym, like a place for the kids to work out, and because like there's bathrooms and showers and everything in there.
There's quite a few bathrooms.
We could have, like I say, we could have foosball tables and whatever. It could be just like a hangout.
But in some ways, like you look at the old pictures and it wasn't there, and it was a lot. It was a lot more park gardeny. Like
so
it was.
We need more trees because I don't love what it looks like. Well,
we'll get maybe some trees in front of it just to kind of obscure it a bit.
Once we closed it in. We would maybe cover the front with rock or something to make it, I don't know, look a little more old. But
yeah. Where did Bingley go, by the way?
Well, he was staring up at the top of the roof at the birds that were going in and out.
So a very exciting day for me tomorrow, Lord willing.
Oh my goodness, I so hope so.
The guys are coming to fix the mower.
Yay!
Please.
Oh my goodness.
Please let them come and please let them fix it because
can't wait another week.
The grass is so bad.
It's crazy.
Oh man.
I don't want a dog with wood ticks.
Yeah. We also, by the way, have I don't think we've ever shown this, but we have a bit of a train station over there, which is super fun. Well, see if you can see it. It was a train station because
look, that tree's all the way out now. You can't even see it.
Oh, you can't. Well, that's maybe all right too.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
It's actually a cool little train station. I can't get over there because I'll lose the Wi-Fi, but that's sort of right at the edge of our property.
And that is going to be an adorable. That's my little excuse to make a mini orangery.
Oh man.
So it'll be like a little, not a greenhouse, but sort of like a greenhouse that you can hang out in. And it's very, very tiny inside. But
hey, you know what? So you know what I'd love to see a comment on. If anybody knows, any of you guys are experts on rock.
And it's not just rock. This
Pardon me, tuffo. Right, yeah, we've said it a gazillion times on the videos.
No, but it's important.
We would love to know how to clean this up. And somebody had a good idea of talking to the funeral guys, the grave diggers. You can actually rub it off. Like, watch this.
Well, that's what our neighbor said. He said
just rubbed it off. And you're kind of like, but you're rubbing off the stone.
Like the whole house?
So I'm wondering if you just take a piece of sandpaper and...
I don't even think it's sandpaper.
I don't know.
Say something to us.
It's hard to say. And then there's this stuff too.
What?
Got to go. The builder arrived. Oh, thank you. Good luck with your plans. Good luck with the builder. Then there's this too, this stuff. And it just sort of like, it feels like a shell. Like you...
Right, careful.
Yeah, I know. That feels wrong to take that off. But then underneath, it's much more solid. So you're kind of like...
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Oh, fun. How would you get information? Yeah, we have a web page. It's let's see. It's www Loire Valley Study Abroad. In fact, I think there's a link on the YouTube. There certainly is actually.
Loire.
Yeah. So it's, as I was mentioning to folks, it's nonprofit, so we don't make any money. And I think this year we charged the kids $4,000 each, and $4,000 was for everything, for room and board, for tuition. In the States, that's a good deal because, you know, colleges are so expensive. In Europe, it's not as good of a deal because, of course, you know, a lot of the schooling is subsidized in Canada. And so, you know, it's probably less helpful for European kids. Other than it's fun to stay in a French castle.
Well, or it's fun to study with a group of people in a community setting. That's kind of nice, too, instead of just being alone.
So we have them take 12 credit hours, and we've had so far, I think, 6 or 7 schools accept transfer credit. Our strategy, since again we're trying to do this cheap, is we're not an accredited school. We're IRS approved or whatever. So instead of trying to get accreditation, which costs tens and tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands maybe sometimes, we're going to go with our strategy is transfer credits. So when we put our syllabi together, we used all faculty with earned doctorates, which this year is mostly me. But anyways, most years we bring in faculty from my school in Portland.
We were lucky to be here. And
yeah, really.
Will be lucky to get here. So.
And actually, I think we've maybe only had one or two schools not take our transfer so far. So our students have been very fortunate. So we offer 4 classes. One of them is Introduction to French Culture and Society. And that's fun. One of them is European Cultural Geography. One of them is Introduction to the Old Testament, Introduction to the New Testament. As I've mentioned before, we are a religious school, so there's, you know, we read the Bible and stuff like that. So if somebody really didn't like the Bible,
they would learn a lot.
Well, you'd learn a lot. You'd have to come with a bit of an open mind, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, we're definitely interested in students.
Bet.
I've got a younger group coming next year. This year, more like 21, 22, 23. But I think increasingly the interest we're getting is from 17, 18-year-olds, which is fine. We like them all. They're, we care about young people.
Yeah.
And Leslie and I, it just, we've worked with young people for about 30 years. I started off as a youth pastor for about 15 years. Hello from Romania. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, my boss, by the way, is from Romania.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the chief academic officer. I wonder if he's okay with me saying his name, Aline. Yeah, so we've probably, and again, now this, I'm going to sound a little bit American here, but we've probably led 100 different youth retreats or weekends or camps. We've done a lot over the years. And some, we've had some that are 4 digits, like 1,000, 1,200 kids, and some as small as 10. Right now we have room for about 20 in the Chateau. Someday maybe up to 30.
Once we do the roof, then we can do the upstairs bedrooms, and then we can have a floor of girls and a floor of boys, and then I don't know what that would get us to once we do that.
Oh, I think we could get up to 40 if we were really.
If we had that upper floor done.
But 20 is good for now. Even back to the restaurant, like you guys were asking about the restaurant. It makes a lot of sense if you ever had 50 or 100 students, but if you didn't, hey, Missoula, woo, our sister-in-law is from Missoula, Kedra Arnold. Anyways, if you didn't have, you don't like the idea though, because you really want them to get the feel of being in a chateau and having a beautiful dining hall, and it's
half the joy.
Yeah.
Like the trip is great because we're taking classes clearly, so we're learning lots, and experientially we're learning a lot.
Yeah.
And we're traveling a lot, so you're learning that way as well. But when you're staying in an old historic property, there's something about wanting to learn what it was like to be the upstairs and the downstairs people.
Yeah, that's what we always, like when we were watching Downton Abbey, I don't know if you've watched that, one of our first videos, he said, it's kind of like Downton Abbey, except we're the...
both.
Yeah, we're
both.
The lords and the ladies and the servants. Like
it just depends on what day your job is.
Yeah. So again, and I wasn't actually getting on to pitch this today, but because I think we're going to fill up either way, so I'm not trying to do a hard sell here, but the truth is, nobody's paid. Everybody's volunteers. The teachers that come in, we make them a deal. We say, we'll give you $1,000 to buy your plane ticket, and you get a free week in Europe. And every teacher will take that deal. That's a pretty fun week for them. And then if they want to stay longer, they can somewhere. So they're volunteers. Our cooks are volunteers. We're gonna have some deans this year. Some great folks. They're volunteers. We're volunteers. Yep. It really is a labor of love, but it's also very fun. So it's not that, I don't have to be. The other thing I should say is we're super experiential too. Like we have, it's, I understand the world of academia. I actually have an earned doctorate. Don't talk about that too much, but in my school you'd see that. And I get that papers and reading is all a huge part of education, but let's talk for a minute. Like if you want to learn about French cuisine, are you going to learn more by writing a 10-page paper and reading a bunch of books, or are you going to learn by eating in 10 different French restaurants? I think the guy who eats in 10 different French restaurants comes up with a much better understanding of French cuisine. So it's very experiential that way.
Won't that be great when the restaurant's open again?
Oh, can someone out there open the restaurants? We're dying here.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, France.
Probably doesn't help that I'm hungry. We haven't had supper yet.
Usually we're cheap. We don't eat out too much, but when we're working so hard, you don't have time sometimes. And so we're like, oh man, somebody open the restaurant.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
When lockdown is done.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the school. I was going to say something else about it too. I can't remember. Oh, look at this. D/2 solution for cleaning stone. Oh, I'm going to have to Google that because, again, we're a long ways away from being able to worry about...
No Uber Eats.
Hey, there's my own brother, John Hildebrand. Johnny, how you doing? How's Calgary?
I don't think they're going to find us out here,
Uber Eats? Okay, I don't want to be throwing shade on Uber Eats. What? Kenosee Lake? That's where we were married. Okay, this is fun. I don't want to throw shade at Uber Eats, but man, that's expensive stuff. Somebody gave us a DoorDash coupon the other day. It was expensive. Calgary's awesome. Yeah. Can't argue with Alberta.
So fun. We should call you guys and hear how all that's going.
Yeah, I know. Leslie's asking, how's Johnny doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm busy working.
I know, but...
No, the mower is not fixed. Thank you for asking, though. I had to push mow that middle part just because we were so annoyed. So there's still whatever. There's 25 acres, and we have like half of one of them mowed. By the way, we own 12 acres, and then our former owner still owns the other 12. We're hoping to buy it off him someday, but can't afford it quite yet. So there's a fence around the whole thing. So we own kind of back over past these big trees, then across the back, all the way to the back, and we own it all the way, quite a ways back there too, like maybe a couple 100 meters. And then to the front of the property, we own all that. But then this half, again, sorry, I don't have my stabilizer, so I'll try to go slow. But then over, again, past that train station there, that's the line. And there's a whole nother 12 acres on the other side. So hopefully we'll, it'd be nice to keep the property together. These big, beautiful chateau, what happens is folks eventually for money, they have to get rid of, start selling off the land, and it's kind of tragic, but I get it because it's expensive. And what do? You got to pay taxes on it. So in some ways we were hoping to buy it all. We couldn't afford it. So we bought half, and we're going to try to buy the rest down the road. If we can. But man, I love this place. Anyways, sometimes you just think, oh, I got so much work, and you're going from thing to thing to thing. But then you get out and you just look out the windows, and you're like, every window is glorious. And just as I look at all the bad stone here, every window is glorious. Okay, Leslie's telling me I have to get back to work. I've had enough of my after dinner ball throwing with the dog. Yeah. Wish I could show you the front too, but again, I'm tied to the Wi-Fi right now. Okay, well, anyways, thanks for sitting with us for a little bit, everybody. It's nice to do these little YouTube lives. It's always nice to talk to people. I enjoy that. Mr. Bub's going for a run. Oh, okay, last thing. Let's look. Some of the roses are starting to come out. I got a couple of yellow ones there. An interesting color one there. You can't really see them though. This is not very impressive, is it? Oh well, but they are coming. I think I can get over to the other side. Let's try. Oh, watch out. Camera's gonna wiggle here.
Actually, a bunch of the yellow are coming out.
Yeah, there's about 6 or 7. Yeah, thanks for coming over. There's 6 or 7, I think, yellow ones, and then there's a bunch of pink ones coming here. Oh, you can barely see them.
Gonna have to cut some more.
The real Grifferaie roses, I think, are the pink ones.
No, not those ones though.
You can't see them. All right, well, all in time.
They're coming.
Okay, well, anyways, thanks for being with us, everybody. Have a good night.